In the aftermath of this major firing in Washington, the first cabinet secretary casualty of President Trump's second term, Kristi Noem, is out at the Department of Homeland Security, and former MMA fighter turned Senator Markwayne Mullin is in. The president announcing that starting March 31st, Noem will become the special envoy for the Shield of the Americas. That is the new security initiative in the Western Hemisphere. Mullin will then take the reins at Homeland Security, provided the Senate confirms him, of course. For more, we're bringing in our panel tonight, Democratic strategist Jonathan Harris and chairman of the Young Republican National Foundation, Hayden Padgett. It is good to see you both. Jonathan, why don't we start with you? Trump putting Kristi Noem in charge of this Shield initiative after firing her from her post as Homeland Security Secretary. Your thoughts on this brand new position for Noem?
You know, when I first heard that she'd been fired, I was stunned because that's obviously the intelligent thing to do. And that's not something that Trump has a track record of doing, making intelligent hiring and firing decisions. So I was really, really shocked. And so I heard about it before I read his statement. And it wasn't that he fired her because she has led an agency that's gotten Americans killed or that has separated children from their families or used children as bait. No, that wasn't where he drew the line. That would be intelligent to fire someone for that. No, he fired her because he was upset about a budget for her ridiculous, asinine, cartoonish ad campaigns to pump up this ridiculous administration's approach to border security. That was why he fired her, over a budget for ad campaigns. I guess spending over $220 million, not getting Americans killed through ICE. So, but then not enough of a problem not to fire her completely, but to make up an agency so that she can head that. So he can take the bang up job that she did here and move it over to somewhere else. Just absolutely ridiculous, but so on track for Trump.
Fighting words from Jonathan right out of the gate. I mean, Hayden, let's bring you in here. Let's get your thoughts here. I see you shaking your head already.
Well, what the president is focused on doing and what this new assignment for Secretary Noem is about and what Markwayne Mullin's job will be is stopping illegal immigration in this country. And over the last year, illegal border crossings in Texas, where I am, has gone to zero. That's pretty effective. That's not dumb, as my colleague here would say. That's actually pretty darn smart. That's pretty darn effective. And what the president knows that he needs somebody who's even more talented, an even stronger fighter to take over the next leg of this journey and make sure that we have illegals deported out of this country so that we have violent criminals off the streets here. And as he's doing with these countries in South America, getting to the root of the problem, the push, getting people to come out here, which is violence and drugs in these countries. That's what these new assignments are about. And that's what Senator Mullin is going to be helping to fix.
Yeah, Hayden, you mentioned there Trump tapping Republican Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin to replace Noem as head of DHS. Your thoughts on Mullin as the new secretary?
I think it's a fantastic choice. I have been a huge fan of the senator for a very long time. He's served Oklahoma very well. He served the country very well. He's the kind of fighter that we need, where he's not just about being bombastic, he's actually about being effective. And we can see that through his work with the tribes and advocating for his own tribe, the Cherokee Nation, and making sure that they are well represented in our Congress and Senate. I think that same skill and fight will be very effective at DHS.
Jonathan, your thoughts on Senator Mullin, if he should be confirmed coming in?
Well, he'll obviously be confirmed. I don't even think we have a Congress anymore. I don't even know if we had a Congress, Trump would have been impeached and removed from office. So we haven't seen any of these ridiculous jokes that Trump has presented. This is a guy whose claim to fame was that he was an MMA fighter. I think him and Trump met at an NCAA event. And so Trump was like, yeah, dude, great. You're going to be great for anything that I want to put you up for. And his quote, I think this is a direct quote from him. He said he doesn't understand politics. He said he was going to run for, I think it was 3 terms in office. And when he broke that, he was like, oh, well, I don't really understand politics. There are joke and demo reels of the fact that he can't get through about 5 words without getting something wrong or stumbling over
Jonathan,
his facts.
Let me play devil's advocate here. I mean, we have a long history in this country of people coming from entertainment before becoming politicians. Reagan, notably one of them. There is something to be said about outsiders coming in and having fresh ideas. Why do you think this is not the case when it comes to Mullin?
Well, the problem is, perfect example is Reagan. We are still dealing with the impacts of some of the horrible decisions that Reagan made this many decades later. And he was the Republican messiah until they replaced him with another celebrity. But I mean, the idea that, and it's incredible to me that Reagan was the Republican messiah.
Jonathan, we're getting far afield. I didn't mean to have you do a treatise on Reagan here tonight. We don't have that much time.
He granted illegal immigrants amnesty. So it was just crazy. So it's odd to me that they choose these people. That's all. It's just odd to me that they choose these people.
Let's move on, because we only have 90 seconds left and we have to talk about Iran. Hayden, we're going to bring it back over to you. President Trump saying American boots on the ground, they are still a possibility in this ongoing Iranian conflict. We're seeing a new report saying he's giving it serious thought, albeit potentially a smaller scale here. Given the skepticism we're seeing of this war on both sides of the aisle, would the president be risking support if he sent troops in, especially with the narrow GOP margins in Congress ahead of the midterms?
Well, first I'll just say I feel sorry for the people of Oklahoma for being so disrespected by my colleague here in their choice of congressman and senator. But to the question of Iran, I think what the president has consistently done and been effective at doing, particularly in foreign policy, is make it very unclear what he's going to be able to do in his strategic tools, and keeping all options on the table so that our adversaries do not know what's coming. And that's exactly why they underestimate him consistently, and that makes them make mistakes. And that's what's allowed us to be so effective on the battlefield. I think that's exactly what he's doing here.
Okay, I appreciate that. Jonathan, very quickly, gas prices, we were just talking about this shooting up since we first struck Iran here this afternoon. President Trump reiterating, he says he's not concerned about the price at the pump. What kind of message is that sending to an everyday American?
Well, I hope that for the, 33% of Americans that still support him, according to Gallup, that they're listening. He doesn't care about anything that he has to do with you. He said during the election, he doesn't care about you. He just wants your vote. He's building a ballroom while you can't fill up your gas tank. If you're not bright enough to pick up on the fact that he doesn't care about you, then you kind of get what you deserve. It's just sad that the rest of us are getting screwed over in the process. It's a joke. And so is his administration. And just contrast the ballroom with the fact that he doesn't care about your gas prices, and that's Donald Trump's administration.
Jonathan Harris, Hayden Padgett, differing viewpoints here tonight, but glad we can have a civil conversation. Thank you so much.
Sure thing.
Thanks, Tasha.
All right.